Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. I talked in the last video about Jeremy and Andrew and that whole mess. Now I want to talk about my own neighborly mess. I have a neighbor who I never got along with. My family never got along with. Well, we did, and then the person turned on us. And the person moved out. I moved into the same building where the person had lived. And, after both of my parents had passed away. And the person moved back. The person's good friends with my direct upstairs neighbors. And they have teamed up to harass me about my trash, which was scrubbed with Comet. And my landlord came in and said, they're still telling me your trash stinks. Your trash still stinks. My trash does not stink. Everybody that's been in my house will tell you my trash does not stink. And I was told that I was to wash the fly shirt off the windows. Okay, I'll wash as high as I can reach, and my aide gonna do the rest. And my aide said, no, I'll do it. And she was not happy. And then I told her he wants us to clean the front hallway, to vacuum it and stuff. She said, I'll do it once. And that's it. Okay, I gotta go. I'm back. I'm glad I'm redoing this video because that was actually my my social worker, for lack of a better way of putting it. She is going to note what's going on, and she agrees that it's harassment, or borderline harassment. So she is going to note it down. She said, absolutely have Diane talk to him. So I'll try to have him be here tomorrow afternoon when she's here. I'll see if I can't arrange that. My landlord, that is, because it's just not right. And hopefully things might be able to be settled. Because at this point, I'm in fear of my housing. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. And I will keep you posted. Like I said, I have 6 neighbors. The neighbors in the front, in the rear building, the one in the apartment that I was in, doesn't really talk to anyone except my really sweet neighbor upstairs on the opposite side. Because that's his cousin, and his English isn't great. But his cousin speaks English, and he is the biggest doll in the world. He actually offered to take me to the hospital to see my mother the night that she passed away, because I was outside in the cold waiting for Diane, because she was coming to pick me up to take me to the hospital to say goodbye, because she had passed away, and gather her belongings. And he also fed me that night. He gave me a calzone from his pizzeria. I mean, he was just, the other day, I was walking with my cane to take up the container from my Salisbury steaks to the trash in a small bag, because I don't leave it in my trash bag. And he took it. because I very much appreciate not having to walk up the hill. He's awesome. My neighbor that I share a hallway with is awesome. In fact, he told his girlfriend not to come yesterday so I could have an extra space for my birthday party, an extra parking space for my birthday party. Because I went and asked him, do you care if I use your extra space since he only has the one car? He said, yeah. I'll ask, I'm just going to call her Mary. I don't remember if that's her name. Not to come so that you can have the space. And I'm like, oh, you're a sweetheart. And he is. I went to school with his daughters, actually. And so I called my worker, and unfortunately it's not something they handle, but it will go in my record with them that I'm being harassed so that it's noted. Because you can't do that to anyone, especially a disabled person. So that's a no-no. And I don't laugh because it's funny. I laugh because that's serious. And if you're not familiar with my disabilities, my medical problems and my challenges, go ahead and go over to that playlist. I'll link that playlist in the cards at the end. So it has to stop. Because he's always going to take the other person's side, my landlord that is, and I'm going to end up losing my housing, which would suck. You know, she's like, call the housing authority. I'm like, the housing authority? I'm not under the housing authority. You know, and we don't have one anyway, right, to tell you. So there really isn't anyone to, and she said if it continues I could call the police, which I wasn't sure about because I wouldn't want to bother the police with, you know, what are essentially civil matters, you know what I mean? So so yeah. And if you'll notice my eyes, I am very overtired. And the reason for that, I had spasms in both of my legs all night, just full on spasm, like could not move, crying spasms. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And I don't have enemies. Closest thing I have to one is on the other side of that wall. And I wouldn't wish it on her. So it's horrendous. I was laying there with my bladder saying, you've got to get up, you've got to go to the bathroom. I'm saying, I can't. And I finally grabbed and wouldn't you know it, I left my cane out here. So I had to stumble out here in full spasm, grab my cane. I think that's going to be very helpful to me in those situations, even hopefully once I don't need it. For walking around, you know, distances and whatever. So, you know, once we get my knee under control. So yeah, that's the plan. And she was impressed with how I take care of my aunt, my social worker was. I said, well, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. She needed her food. She needed to be bathed. People were not coming in when they were supposed to, and boy, they are now. Now that I complained, they're showing up. So, she was impressed. Hey, I'm the person that's here, you know? I'm not physically capable of taking care of her, but I got a mouth and I know how to use it. So, and that's been extra stress I didn't need, but stress I'm willing to take on. So, because I love her. So, anyway, thank you so much for listening to me vent. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out Kid Missing TV. We have a video today. There will be no poster because it's a very old case, but it'll be fun. Bye, guys. God bless you. Please subscribe to all 3 channels. Thank you so much. And ding-ling those bells. Bye, guys.